Hi, welcome back to Phoenix Library, where we're rebuilding our reading lives one book at a time. To be on track with reading 100 books this year, and I can honestly say I'm there. I'm actually ahead of schedule, and I am so proud of myself. Honestly, books, they have always had a special place in my heart as someone who's older. When I was a kid, we didn't have much in the way of video games and phones and things like what people do now. And my parents were like nomads and they would travel everywhere. So books were a lifeline for me because that was the only way I really had to entertain myself. I was always moving around. I didn't have time for friends. I couldn't make friends. I was always by myself. My parents were always busy and always gone. So again, I was by myself all the time. And so reading was like an escape, not only to prevent boredom, but it was like I had all these book friends. It didn't make me feel so lonely. That's pretty much the way it's always been until 2024. I started the Throne of Glass series. I started the ACOTAR series at the end of 2023. And then I don't know what happened, 2024 hit, and I think I maybe read 2 books in the entirety of 2024. I've never in my life done that before. I wouldn't even really call it a slump. I don't know what was going on with me. I just couldn't read books. I couldn't focus. It was really bad. And then 2025 hit. I started this channel and I picked back up books that I had started, and I remembered loving filming these videos and having an amazing time. And then I got to the end of 2025 and I had realized that I was only 1 book short of making 100 books in the year. And that wasn't my goal at the time. I think I'm trying to remember, but my goal was only like 50, 60 books that I wanted to read in 2025, but I actually made it to 99. And I was like, oh, no way. So I knew going into 2026, I was going to read those 100 books. This is me starting again, and we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. This is gonna be an entire series. There's gonna be tips and tricks and vlogs and all sorts of things that are gonna be part of this series. I just want you guys to enjoy this journey with me. It's gonna be a great time. I have set my goal for 100 books this year, which sounds a little insane considering how things went in 2024, but yet at the same time how close I was in 2025. But also considering that this year I have a lot of things that are going to be going down. That I'm training for a marathon. We're looking at possibly moving. We're in the process of looking at homes to purchase. I am working on a sewing competition that's really extensive. So I don't know, maybe 100 books is a little insane this year, but I don't know. You guys are just going to have to see. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I can do it. I started this challenge mainly because, I don't know, books used to be my comfort. They used to be my joy. And then it kind of just went down. So with this 100 book challenge, it's basically taking out this need to be magically inspired to read a book, to feel motivated again. This is my way of building back up from scratch. So basically, this is how this series and how this challenge is gonna work. The first thing, I'm gonna be tracking every single book I read. I have a book journal, I have a video on my channel where I kind of walked through my digital reading journal. So I have a journal. I have marked down tracking my book series. I got myself a little bookshelf that actually has 100 books on it. And so every time I complete a book, I get to color in one of those books. And so far, I've been kind of color theming them. That's pretty cool, or at least the best that I can. I'm also aiming for consistency over perfection, you guys. It's all about being consistent with my reading and not being perfect with it, if that makes sense, right? Like, I'm not trying to compete against myself. I'm not trying to put demands upon myself. It's just as simple as building a consistency with myself so that I can get through these 100 books in this challenge. And of course, I'm gonna take you guys along with me, even in the messy parts, because there's gonna be some. So my current starting point, because we are in April now, it is currently April 5th. So my current starting point is I'm at 34 of my 100 books. That for me is awesome. I joined Fable. I have that app on my phone. You guys, I absolutely love Fable. It has all of these different graphs and ways to help keep track of everything you've read, and then it keeps a tally too. So like right now is keeping track of the number of books that I've read, and it's got like a little flower. I'm filling up little flower petals for however so many books that I complete. And so it's another way for me to keep track of the books that I'm reading and where I'm at in my challenge. And then it even calculates for me that based on my reading so far, and as long as I stick with my consistency, where I'm gonna finish at. And currently right now it's telling me that I will probably finish my 100 books by September. Now, I'm gonna be getting busy here really soon. I doubt that's gonna happen. Something tells me it's gonna be closer to December. I'm probably gonna get like right on the wire, but you know what? I don't know. I didn't think that I was gonna get as far as I did in the beginning anyways. Who's really to say? But currently, right now, I am at 34 out of my 100 books. So we all have to start somewhere. I started big and I started bold. Now let's see if I can keep up with it. So when I started the year, I was really hoping to start big and to start strong. And I was really hoping that these books were gonna pull me back in, right? Get me really excited. So the first book I had started with for this challenge was Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. And let me tell you, this book did not disappoint me, even a little bit. So you have a girl named Diem whose mother goes missing. And so she's trying to solve this mystery of what happened to her mom. And then she gets put in with a bunch of other people who kind of have like these abilities, kind of like these powers. She's always felt different and she's always looked different. She meets this prince and who's like really strong and really powerful, and it's like an instant connection, but at the same time she doesn't want there to be, because he is everything that she has been taught to stay away from and to despise. And then of course she starts learning about things for herself. I haven't gotten through the entire series yet. I have only gotten through 2 books. Now the second book I didn't like as much. I did buy the third book, which is Heat of the Everflame, and I do plan on reading that. But like this book was definitely one of my favorite books of 2026, and it was a great start to my challenge. Then I decided to continue with the Zodiac Academy series, and so I read Cursed Fates, and this is book 5. You guys, it immediately tanked for me. I did not like this book. This overall series for me, I've loved, and it's been pretty much a 5-star series all the way up until this book. I think honestly I'm getting a little tired of the back and forth. I feel like there should we're in book 5. I feel like there should be a little bit more growth between the twins and all the other characters in the book, and I think I'm getting a little tired of the same old, and they need to change it up a little bit. It was great in the beginning and it was fun and it was awesome, but now I'm getting to that point where I'm like, okay, we need to move on a little bit here. This is just getting a little ridiculous. I just feel like the series is purposely being dragged out over a huge amount of pages and in a huge series. Those can be really hard to write, in my opinion, because you have to be careful, because it leaves a lot of room for repetitiveness, and I feel a lot of this book was just unnecessary. But yeah, this book is about twins who find out that they're not humans, that they're actually fae, and they end up going to this school, Zodiac Academy, where they're learning about who they are, learning about their powers, and in the process they meet these 4 heirs, and they are mean and vicious. They want the girls to leave. They don't want them there. They don't think that the girls belong there, so they're always bullying them and trying to get them to leave. It's definitely a bully trope. You know, again, I just thought there was going to be more growth by the time we got to book 5, and it just ended up being more of the same. You know, honestly, I felt like the beginning of this challenge was a bit of a roller coaster, because I'm like, yay, this is so awesome, and then this was the crash. This was the down part of the roller coaster that has your stomach in your throat. So I know that I want to get through the rest of this series this year, so I'm gonna have to grin and bear it, guys. I'm gonna have to grin and bear it. Honestly, I'm a little afraid that I'm not going to reach the 100 books, that maybe I got myself a little ambitious in my goals. I've started several challenges this year. I've got my book bingo. I have this 100 book challenge. I also have the 26 books in 26. I also am attempting to do the A through Z alphabet challenge. And so I've got all these challenges going. When I built them all, I could see them being able to blend in together. So I'm hoping that I can continue with this forward momentum. I'm also super excited because I don't know, I feel like I don't really know how many books that I've read in the past in a year. Last year was the very first time that I'd ever actually counted how many books that I read. Before then I just read and I didn't keep count or anything. I don't know. It's just something about being able to say, yeah, I read 100 books this year. It just sounds like such an amazing and exciting goal, and something that would be fun and challenging. And, people do it all the time. I mean, I've got friends online who are always talking about how one of their resolution goals for a new year is to try to read 100 books. I hear it all the time. So it just seems so exciting to try it and to see if I could actually do it. Honestly, I think I can. But again, like I said, I just have to stay consistent. And as long as I stay consistent, it'll be fantastic. I know this is a bit of a shorter video. I hope you guys are as excited as I am about this new series that I am starting. I am going to have all sorts of different fun things and ideas that I am going to do to incorporate with this series. And I've got some challenges and things that I want to do that are going to help me achieve my goals. Also be fun, interesting challenges that I am looking forward to bringing you guys along on. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys are currently doing any challenges this year. And if you are, where are you at in it? And I would really like to know, and I would like to help support you guys as much as I know you guys are supporting me. And I appreciate you guys so much. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.